As a college student, I love and enjoy my campus life, but not everything is in my flavor. I don't like taking traditional face-to-face classes. I don't like the fact that I have to go back to campus daily because my class is almost daily classes. I don't like the fact that I have to eat my lunch at campus because I have class in the afternoon. Though that is what I said and that's what I think. According to the research paper, a hybrid learning balancing face-to-face and online class session in 2007, written by Regnathan, he did a review of 6 institutions that indicates 75% of class is given in a face-to-face format. In other words, face-to-face class is still the majority type of course nowadays. But face-to-face education is not a perfect option for all of the students, I think. It has more problems than expected. So in my today's speech, I'm going to go through some of the disadvantages of face-to-face classes and the essential costs that you need to pay if you are attending a face-to-face classes, and the solutions based on those problems. So, from Monday class to Friday class, throughout all time sections, there's many classes that's available for students to choose from. It seems really flexible, and the first time I look at the class finder, but after you confirm what class you're going to take, what program they're going to study, you will find that your choice is really limited. And in 2017, August 60, the Aristad posted an article named Online versus Traditional Educations, What You Need to Know. The article reviews that, in general speaking, face-to-face classes is the perfect option for the student who have freedom in their schedule. In contrast, for the student who don't have that much spare time to spend, a face-to-face classes is not a good option for them. For example, like the student who want to do part-time job while attending a face-to-face classes. It's not flexible for them. So in short, face-to-face education are not flexible. And the second problem that face-to-face classes has is every single class is given by same instructor in same teaching style. And from my experience, students in the class are from various learning backgrounds. They have different learning abilities and different learning styles, so that they will not feel the same towards one instructor. Some of them might think the instructor is boring, or some of the students might think the instructor is horrible in teachings, or some of them might think the instructor is the best instructor that they met so far in the college. It just all depends on the learning style and different ability in different students. And due to those differences, learning outcomes are hardly be the same. In other words, learning outcomes could be diverged. And what I just talked about are more related to students themselves, but studying the college is not just about them. It's also involving families and instructors. From a perspective of family, so we have the child studying in the campus, going back to school regularly, attending a face-to-face classes, there will be expense. According to the Federal Student Aid, a government website, cost of college includes that he reviews that there's a lot of fees that need to be covered, like transportation fees, textbook fees, housing fees, some even meal expense if you're having a lunch or breakfast in school. And these are the expenses that cannot be ignored if you want to be a college student. And to families that have the children studying in the campus, this could be a big number for them. And from the perspective of teachers, given face-to-face classes is also not an easy job to do. The Education Development Center in Carleton University posted an article about face-to-face education. It lists out numbers of problems that instructors might encounter while they're giving lectures in the lectures of 20 students or 30 students. For example, there can be technical problem working the lectures by presenting a PowerPoint, but it's not really visible, especially for a student who's in the back, or presenting a video but with too little volume, so that's not listenable. And also, it's harder to give personal advice and guidance in the lectures of 20 or 30 students. And these are only the common part of the problem that instructors need to deal with, and it already takes a certain amount of time and effort to deal with. So, to improve this situation, I got 2 solutions. First is blended learning. What is blended learning? It's the learning approach that combines online educational material and resources. At the same time, both teachers and students need to be physically present in the classroom. And it is not a new concept since Canvas as an online learning tool is widely used in nowadays. Blended learning can greatly increase the efficiency of the class and decrease the expense of some of the course material, because most of the course material are accessible online. An article written by Zakaria in 2006 provides information that saying the use of blended learning can lead to opportunity where lecturers and students can share their ideas in an online environment. But I think that's the only ideal situations, because for me, I take Canvas only as a progress checkers or the place where I turn my homework. I rarely regard it as the place or the things that I use for study. And what's more, some of the problems that still remain, some of the face-to-face problems still remain, because you still need to be physically present in a classroom, and that just leaves some problem remain. So that brings up the second solution, is this online class. So what is online class? It's not hard to understand. Online class means that the class will be given entirely in an online format. And compared to blended learning, online class can solve most of the problems that I just talked about. For example, there's no fixed time you need to be physically present in the class. And every student can find their pace and style in doing their homeworks and learning. And those transportation fees, housing fee, textbook fees, meal expense can be avoided because you're studying entirely at home. Jonathan do a research on online learning named "The Internet in Face-to-Face Higher Education: Can Internet Learning Improve Academic Achievement?" In 2014. His paper indicated that online learning can overcome the barriers of time and space, and also involving large numbers of students. Which, in my word, I would say online learning is so flexible that you can choose where you want to study and when you want to study. So, but even though it sounds that good to me, some people might wonder why it is not a common type of course in nowadays. Why it is not replacing face-to-face classes in nowadays? And I believe there's a reason behind it. According to the paper named "How Online Learning Compares to Traditional Classroom Measuring Accounting Course Outcomes" written by Chant, it reveals that differences among students seems to have more of an effect than the course delivery method. So in order to adapt those differences, online class is more like the options instead of replacing face-to-face classes nowadays. But anyway, right now, due to the COVID-19 pandemic, our college has turned the summer quarter into fully virtual quarters, which means that all of the class will be given in an online format. So please go check that out. You can take you can earn your credits, through your summer times, and while you stay at home, stay away from all those dangerous things outside, and you can earn your credit while you stay at home. So doesn't it sound really good to you? It sounds really good to me, so I already registered a couple classes in summer quarters. But anyway, that is the end of my speech. Thank you for listening.